to Black America and what everyday Black people can do to create change. Princeton professor Dr. Cornel West offers us in that book, The Covenant, a powerful formulation on leadership. Says Dr. West, you can't lead the people if you don't love the people. And you can't save the people if you don't serve the people. And so tonight we ask of these Republican candidates, what's the depth of your love for everyday people? And what will be the quality of your service to them? And speaking of love and service, earlier this week, I was in Little Rock, Arkansas to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the integration of Central High School following the historic Brown versus Board of Education decision. And tonight we are honored to have with us two authentic American heroes. Please welcome two of the Little Rock Nine, Dr. Terrence Roberts and Jefferson Thomas. Thank you both for being here. It is our honor. We are blessed to have you in this house this evening. Finally, some of the campaigns who declined our invitation to join us tonight have suggested publicly that this audience would be hostile and unreceptive. Since we're live on PBS right now, I can't tell you what I really think of these kinds of comments. But that said, when we meet the 6 candidates who are here tonight, I know you'll join me in showing them your utmost respect. Fortunately, there are those in the Republican Party who do understand the importance of reaching out to people of color. I am grateful to former RNC Chairman Ken Mehlman, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, former Congressman Jack Kemp, and former Maryland Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele, all of whom have lent their support over the last year to this event. Indeed, last week, President Bush was asked about those GOP candidates not attending tonight and responded by underscoring the importance of reaching out to communities of color. We believe that when we make communities of color better, we make our country better. And so, enough said about the no-shows. Here now to introduce the candidates who are here. Please welcome former Maryland Lieutenant Governor and current Chairman of GOPAC, Michael Steele.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. The value of participation in the public life of your community is immeasurable. Each of us has a duty to be engaged in the public debate of ideas. And that's what draws us here this evening. Good evening and welcome to the campus of Morgan State University for this American Presidential Forum on PBS. As we gather this evening, we do so in the shadow of the 9 black students who entered Little Rock High School 50 years ago under the watchful protection of Republican President Dwight Eisenhower, who made clear to a wary nation that segregation was not compatible with the ideals of America. Together, the Little Rock Nine and President Eisenhower changed the course of a nation. But since that time, the Republican Party and the black community have stood at arm's length from each other. Republicans assuming a blacks will never vote for us mentality, and blacks ignoring real solutions to very serious problems facing their families and communities solely because those solutions have a Republican label. Very often, both have missed genuine opportunities to communicate and reach out to each other. But not tonight. Tonight, African Americans and Republicans take hold of their political destinies and come together in a renewed spirit as we welcome the Republican candidates for president. Once again, we have an opportunity to change the course of a nation. So I am proud to introduce to you former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Texas Congressman Ron Paul. Kansas Senator Sam Brownback. Colorado Congressman Tom Tancredo. California Congressman Duncan Hunter. And former Ambassador Alan Keyes. Nice to see you. Good to see you. Thanks. All right. The photo op. Thank you.
The podium order was determined by a random drawing that included all 10 announced GOP candidates. Those candidates not here tonight are represented by an empty podium. Each candidate will have 1 minute to answer all questions until we get a little short on time later, and then we'll use moderator's prerogative to advance the conversation. Before we get to the first question tonight from our radio contest winner at blackamericaweb.com, let me throw this out to each of you candidates who are here tonight, starting with you, Governor Mike Huckabee. Please tell me and this audience, in your own words, why you chose to be here tonight and what you say to those who chose not to be here tonight. Congressman Paul.
Well, the main reason I'm here is because I was invited, and I'm delighted that I was invited, and I'm very pleased because I go wherever I'm invited to talk about freedom. That, to me, is the most important thing, along with the emphasis on the Constitution. I believe so strongly that individuals have their rights and their life as a gift from God, and the purpose of government is to protect life and liberty. But I'd also like to extend that if you have the fruits of your labor, I would like you to keep the fruits of your labor as well. And under those conditions and under a freedom philosophy and under the Constitution, we would be so much more prosperous because we wouldn't be policing the world, we would be bringing our troops home, and we would take care of our people here at home.
Thank you, Congressman.
Even though a majority of individuals who have served as president since Abraham Lincoln have been Republican, I believe that most black Americans who will vote in the year 2008 are not able to name even one Republican president in the 142 years since Lincoln's death who have left a positive and significant legacy for black Americans. If you are elected president in 2008, what positive and significant legacy, if any, will you leave for black Americans?
Paul?
I would like to believe that if we have a freer society, it will take care of blacks and whites and everybody equally because we're all individuals, and to me that is so important. But if we had equal justice under the law, I think it would be a big improvement. If we had probably a repeal of most of the federal laws on drugs and the unfairness on how blacks are treated with these drug laws, it would be a tremendous improvement. And also, I think that if you're going to have prosperity, it serves everybody. And if this is done by emphasizing property rights and freedom of the individuals, making sure that the powerful special interests don't control Washington, that the military-industrial complex doesn't suck away all the wealth of the country, and then we will have prosperity. This is what we need, and we need to share it. The free society is the only society that can provide goods and services and distribute them in the most fair manner. And that is the society that I would advocate and argue for and believe it's available to us.
Thank you, sir. Senator Brownback.
We'll see.